BBC Radio Sheffield, you're listening to Paulette. So have you ever sent a partner or, and this is alarming me, I must admit, a prospective date a naked selfie? Well, if it sounds like something that's not even on your radar, spare a thought for the younger generation. According to the relationship website Statusonline, nude selfies and naked video clips are the norm, with more than 50% of 16 to 24-year-olds surveyed saying it's normal to send nude photos to someone. But the survey says that many young people also feel forced to share intimate content, with nearly 1 in 3 respondents saying that they felt pressured to send such material. And young women feel more under pressure than men. Catherine Barker is from Statusonline, which carried out the research, and she's going to give us the lowdown, aren't you, Catherine? If that's not too bad a phrase to use under these circumstances. So tell me about the findings there. We've talked about, half of the young people, 16 to 24s, will have sent a naked video or selfie or photo, rather.
That's right. To answer that question, I should explain why we do what we do. Status is a website and social media presence which is all about equipping and empowering young people to have healthy relationships. And to that end, we do surveys several times a year looking into current dating relationship issues. So this survey was particularly looking at modern dating. And like you say, the issue that stood out was this trend in sending and receiving nudes, as young people refer to them as, so nudes, photos and videos. And it really highlights the challenges of modern dating in a digital world. And we don't want to be all negative about this. I mean, the digital world presents great opportunities. 46% of the young people we spoke to have met a partner, a boyfriend or a girlfriend online, and that's not through a dating app. 36% have met someone through a dating app. It's a great way to find people who've got specific interests, shared interests with you, but it does certainly present new challenges, and I think we're going through a transitional time in how we develop our skills in communicating with each other, and that's particularly sensitive in the area of relationships, where once you've pressed send, you can't get it back.
50% of young people are doing that then, and it says that quite a few young people are actually uncomfortable with receiving naked texts or videos. Is there anything positive about this, Catherine?
Well, it is a huge irony, isn't it? I mean, I think, you and I can all identify with the desire to flirt. We've all done it. It's a natural part of starting a relationship with someone. But flirting in the digital space is tricky. And it is very interesting that 1 in 3 young men and 1 in 5 young women have sent an unsolicited nude to someone they've been chatting to online but not met face to face. And that is quite a staggering trend. But I think what it's to do with is that desire to build intimacy and connection with somebody. And in that excitement of flirting and really connecting with someone, you can get carried away. I think what's lovely about the digital space is that people are really talking and chatting at the early stages of a relationship because they're not together. It isn't all about being physical. But on the other hand, we need to establish good behaviours as to what's normal and what's wise when we're communicating online.
Well,
and what we would say...
50%, sorry, say what you would say before I jump in.
I was just going to say, from our point of view, young people need to set their own rules, stick to them and stay in control.
So how do we help them with that then? Because quite a few of them said they felt under pressure to do that. And we're talking about not just if you're in a relationship and are the rules different there, but we're talking about people who have never met the person they've sent a nude to.
Exactly. It's a very interesting conundrum because 1 in 3 feel under pressure. And in Sheffield, that's slightly lower, so you can be proud of yourselves. But it's still more than 1 in 5. But we ask people, what are you looking for in a person? And they rate as most important. 75% say personality, 74% say sense of humour, which is much higher than looks or sex appeal. And yet they find themselves sending nudes or feeling under pressure. 1 in 3, and that's 40% of women, feel under pressure to send nudes. But when you get talking to them about it, and we went out on the streets of Worcester, we have a status van and we travel around, and you can see the videos on our website. And what you find out is they go, well, actually, if I say no to sending a nude, if someone's really interested, they don't just disappear. So actually, I don't really need to give in. And actually, if I do send a nude and then I never hear from them again, then I really, really regret it. And they have good reason to regret it, because we've done previous research on breakups where we found that more than 1 in 10 have shared a nude when they've been upset post a relationship. So there's a very worrying trend in that respect, that once you've sent that content, it's out of your control.
Right, so I suppose that's the place to start. Would you be happy for that image to be out of your control?
Absolutely. That's the key thing, is to think, just in the cool light of day, how do you feel about your grandma seeing that picture, or your teacher at school?
Why would your grandma be seeing that picture though, Catherine? How would your grandma get on? She probably hasn't even got a mobile phone.
Oh, have you not heard about Silver Surfers?
Catherine, revenge porn then, I suppose that's what we're kind of going into those realms there, aren't we?
Yes, indeed. That touches on something we researched last year. We did a study focusing on young men. We talked to 1,000 young men in our Love, Lust and Loneliness campaign, where we discovered that there was a real challenge about porn itself, but also, as you say, revenge porn and sharing photographs. Young men, for a start, often don't realise the dangers of porn, and I think it's something that needs to be researched and publicised more, that it can affect your relationships the more you look at porn. It's not just fun, in quotes.
Catherine, thank you very much. We're going to have to leave it there. Catherine Barker from Statusonline talking to us about some research around naked images in videos or text. Nudes, they're called, which I've learned this morning. Something new to learn is always good, isn't it? We're going to be speaking to Gary Hibbard next. He's an online safety expert. See if he's got any tips for, I was going to say lighting, but I don't really mean that. I mean what we should do with our young people to make them feel more secure about these decisions.